So let me tell you what I pretty much estimate and think what he means by that. So Nolan Smith most definitely is an athletic freak coming out of Georgia. And similar to a lot of other modern pass rushers and defensive ends, Nolan Smith pretty much is about 6'3", weighs about from 235 to 240. And this for these days, for these particular times when defensive ends are a little bit more slimmer and a little bit more athletic and run just as fast as running backs, if not faster than some. I'm sure his question is, how is his body physically going to adapt to the NFL? Because we all know that he's definitely, capable of being a good playmaker, playing on the ball at defensive end. But how is his body physically, and how is he going to adapt to the NFL, which is a much more physical, on a physical level standpoint, as well as the game being a lot more faster? Because everybody, always asks, man, why does Michael Parsons have these gaps and holes in the season where he's not as productive? We always see Michael Parsons start off the season hot and end the season kind of a little bit slow and cold. Well, as you can see in this picture right here, Michael Parsons has on the shoulder on his the harness on his shoulder, as well as he has playing with some kind of fracture in his hand at the time. Because although you can be an athletic freak like Michael Parsons, like a Nolan Smith, you can still come into the NFL and your body has to adapt, and you're just going to go through a lot of those growing pains. And that's what I'm sure he probably definitely means. I'm going to give you another example. So when the Cowboys drafted Randy Gregory way back in 2015, he came in about 6'6", about at 235, 240. And he was, a very gifted, athletic, freakish player. Tremendous, pass rushing capabilities. But, similar to, he had a lot more worse injuries, a lot more duration, and he had a lot more off the field baggage, so they had some inconsistencies to do with that. But at the same time, his body had to adjust and adapt, and it took him a lot longer to, build a certain physical frame that it would sustain playing in the NFL. Now, same thing will go for Will McDonald. Will McDonald got drafted by the New York Jets. And Will McDonald is, similar to a Nolan Smith and kind of similar to a Michael Parsons. He has, great capabilities of being a nice defensive end and a pass rusher. He has a lot of upside. However, he's very light. He's 6'3" and weighs about 235. But hey, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Alright, peace.